Hello people, how are you today? I'm Avani and welcome back to the Happiness Company. We are reviewing Trillion Dollar Coach. In this video, we are going to be discussing why trust is the most important currency in the boardroom. But what is this trust in the business world? It is everywhere. If you go looking for a job and you take a referral from a particular friend of yours, colleague of yours, ex-mentor of yours, it is regarded more than you just going out there and telling people about you. In fact, 70% of hires are done based on trusts even today. People they don't know of and people who are not ready to take up the charge or responsibility of a candidate, such candidates are not considered well as compared to the candidates who are, after all, being put forward by people they actually trust, people they actually admire, will actually admire. So what is this trust? This trust is the willingness to take a chance because you have got positive expectations for someone else's behavior. And this is what makes all the boardrooms tick. Bill was one of the most trustworthy people in the boardroom. Why? Because he listened. Listening is a great art that will take you places. That's true, but it will also make you the king of the boardroom. Bill paid close attention to all that others were saying. More importantly, he asked the right questions. As per a Harvard Review paper of 2016, this is what all the great listeners do. Practitioners of such respectable inquiry are regarded as the most trustworthy participants. This heightens the speaker's feeling of autonomy, belonging, and competence. But trust isn't just great at diffusing boardroom standoff. It also transforms disagreements into positive rather than toxic experiences. When trust is absent, your feelings can get in the way of objectivity, and criticism of your ideas feel like personal attacks. So when Bill was listening very closely and was asking questions, when you listen a lot, when you listen very closely, you're able to ask the right questions, you're able to tick at the right point. And this makes people feel rewarded. Because now that you're listening and taking the information so well, even if you criticize one or two of their ideas and disagree with it, they will be absolutely okay. Because it is based on proper listening, proper judgment. They'll believe you and they'll believe you and they will regard you as one of the most esteemed partners in the boardroom. When you trust people, you focus on issues at hand rather than taking things personally. The best answers usually emerge when you talk things out honestly. That's what great leaders do. They create trust amongst themselves and their workforce so that everything is out in the open. Of course, you have layers. There could be a few things that you might not want to talk about. There could be few things that you would not want to question about. That's okay. But as long as you're talking, as long as you're exploring, as long as you're listening and asking the right questions, you can create a great, trustworthy, trust-filled, reliable environment around your workforce. A low trust environment is dysfunctional. It is a toxic climate. And I have an experience for this that I would like to share with you guys. So before I wasn't on this leadership position, right? I was working as a content editor in one of the companies some time ago. And my manager, I wouldn't name my manager, but as they say, right, bad managers teach you more things than good managers do because they teach you how not to be a manager. So I had one of those bad managers once and I used to question her a lot. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it this way? When I came into the company first, I used to listen to whatever she said because I thought she knew what was happening around. But soon enough, she started contradicting all of my ideas. She wouldn't listen. She wouldn't understand what I was trying to say. And she wasn't understanding what I was trying to say because she wouldn't listen. She would always go on erupting and going against my ideas, refuting them when I, on the core level, believed them to be true. Fortunately, they were right, my ideas. But even if they weren't, according to me, if they are correct and my manager keeps on banging and keeps telling me you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, my trust towards my manager would vanish. And that's what happened. And later on, even when she started saying the right things, sometimes I wouldn't listen. Of course, I quit my job later, but that's what it is. I mean, it's all about the leaders. They can create or disrupt the environment according to how they treat the employees. Of course, it is a two-way process, and both the employers and the employees have to work hard towards getting to that particular goal that they really want to achieve, and it is all worth it. You get better productivity, you get happier workplace, you get better work done, you get people who are happy all the time and are ready to be more efficient, are ready to learn. What more do you want? Now, after listening to all of this, if you think that your workplace is broken, is functional in any way, and there is a lack of trust, go out there and fix it. Thank you so much for staying with us in this journey of exploring the $1 trillion coach. We're going to wrap up in the next video and talk about all the things that we discussed so far.